morning, good morning. Welcome to my page, Glitzy Creations by Ginger. My name is Ginger. Thank you so much for joining me today on my broadcast or my session with the live sales and crafting down south group. Every Thursday we go live with crafting. Every Wednesday we go live with live sales, hence the name Live Sales and Crafting Down South group. So welcome. I'm waiting for a few friends to pop in. We're going to be making some decoupage. I love decoupage. I do decoupage on tons of stuff. Also love making lollipops. I know that our friend Wendy, I feel like we've probably inspired each other a little bit on our lollipop designs. And then Christy Martin has been showing how to decoupage napkins. Of course, decoupage, has been ever so popular. I have quite the collection and stash. Okay, I'm not seeing comments. I'm here gibbering, jabbering, and not seeing comments. So let me pull up. Yep, sorry guys. There we go. Let me turn this down. It says comments will appear here, but there's no comments. Okay, good morning, Mary Ann and Deanna. Hi, Tina and Heidi. Hi, Maricela. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Mary Ann, Nikki B. Good morning. Okay, I really wish that Facebook would get it together. Okay, so I'm gonna show you a little bit different way. I decoupage. My technique is a little different. I don't use Mod Podge. So I'm gonna show you a little bit different way to Mod Podge. It's technically not Mod Podge, but to decoupage on styrofoam foam sheets. I've been decoupaging on my foam sheets for quite some time. Good morning, Robin. Your package is going out today. Sorry. This is super frustrating. Let me see if I can. Let's see if that helps. I'm not sure what's going on with Facebook. Good morning, Eliza. Good morning. Good morning. Happy day after your birthday. I was not live yesterday and I could not sing to you. So here we go. Happy day after your birthday to you. Happy day after your birthday to you. Happy day after your birthday, dear, sweet, wonderful, talented, generous Eliza. Happy day after your birthday to you. I love you. I love you. I'm so glad that you're my friend, and I hope you had a fantastic day. Okay, so let's get started. I have a, hello, Vicki. Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Lori. Okay, so we started off with, and you know what? Oh, I'm going to turn, I got a new little swamp cooler here. Let me turn this on. It's starting to get a little warm out here. Let's see how this works. Okay, cool it down a little bit in here. Okay, so I started with a 6-inch styrofoam round. Oh, I gotta look down here. Yes, happy belated birthday. Good morning, Tina. I wonder if I can put this up here. Maybe that will help, where I can see it a little bit better. Good morning, Lydia. Good morning, good morning. Okay, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, so I have a 6-inch styrofoam round. I'm going to show you both sides. If I cover, hi Nikki B, if we cover it with a foam sheet and if we don't cover it with a foam sheet. So I'm going to show you both ways what your napkin is going to look like. Now, the first trick in decoupage, you want to have a solid Good morning, Christy. I'm not seeing comments, so I'm having to look down. I'm so sorry. You want to have a white background. Christy, I am doing my version of a decoupaged lollipop. So, I've been decoupaging, gosh, probably since a teenager, maybe even younger than that. With my mom, we decoupaged fabric on the walls. But we always are finding new twists to decoupage. And of course, napkins and rice paper are all the rage. I have, I didn't put my ring on. I just realized went down and I didn't feel my ring. Oh, thank you, Tina. Sorry, hi, Tanya. Oh, thank you, Tina. You are so sweet. Good morning, Stephanie. Of course, I would say probably the last 5 years, my napkin collection has definitely increased. One of my favorite places to go for napkins is Home Goods. So I did get these Patriotic cupcake napkins at Home Goods. I almost wanted to say at home. So I'm going to show you my technique for decoupaging. It's a little bit different. I don't use Mod Podge. So what I'm going to do first, oh goodness. Okay. I cut out a piece of my foam sheet and I am going to glue it to the top of this styrofoam round. Okay. We're going to glue it. All I did was trace around on one of my, hi Monticello, one of my foam sheets. This one does not have glitter on it. I can get here's my ring. I can get non-glittered, hi Barbara, non-glittered foam sheets. I just didn't know that there was a market for them since you probably can find them other places. These are thicker, so you do not see that hot glue. We're just gonna trim, I got it a little wide. Okay, here we go. So, I have got my styrofoam round covered in a foam sheet. I have taken, now this is Elmer's clear glue. I put it in my clear gel tacky glue, but it is Elmer's clear glue. I already did this one. I put glue all over it. I did these last night and I let them dry. Now I'm gonna take my glitter foam sheet side. So I don't use Mod Podge. We are going to paint, just glue, regular glue, onto our foam sheet. We're going to do all of these. I'm making 4 total. I won't make all 4, obviously, on here for y'all. Got a little bit too much glue on here. You just want a thin coat. It doesn't need to be thick and heavy. Now, this technique that I'm going to be doing is a little bit different technique. It works best on flat surfaces, and you get no wrinkles. No wrinkles. You're not dealing with wet glue or Mod Podge. So this is just a little bit different technique. I've been doing this for eons. Let's get these all ready to go. And then we're going to see the difference on the napkin, whether you've covered it in a foam sheet or not. We're going to do it straight onto the styrofoam on the back. Let's see, what am I missing here? Hi, Shelby and Mary Ann. Good morning, Peggy. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Christy. Hey, Stephanie. I will check. I have had, oh, thank you, Tanya. I have had such trouble with my messenger. It started last week when I was out of town. So I will check, Stephanie. Okay, now I would normally let this dry overnight. Let your glue dry. This is my favorite technique and to decoupage because you don't get any wrinkles. So because we have not let this dry, I'm going to take my heat gun and we're going to dry, let's see, we're going to dry one of these. We'll set the other ones aside. Those over there. And we'll let those dry. We might get to those by the end. But I'm just going to take my heat gun. Good morning, Pamela. You want to move it around. If you let your heat gun stay still in one place too long, you are going to get a little bit of melting. And I have done that before, just not been paying attention. This does dry pretty fast. Like I said, normally I would just go set this out in the sun. Good morning, Rita. How are you this morning? Okay, Melissa, I had trouble here. I had trouble with my messenger, so I will go. Thank you, Stephanie. I did just see that come through, so that should pop up to the top. See if this is dry yet. Oh, almost. We're getting there, guys. Okay, I think we might be good. I think it's good enough. Okay, so now I've got glue dried to the back. Glue. Yes, I did. I decoupaged, I've glittered. And yes, I've decoupaged a can. And the nice thing is you do get to see all those fun little ridges. I can do a tutorial on that if you would like that. I would be happy to do that. Okay, so now that it's dry, I'm gonna take, I have this little mini iron. It's for my vinyl, but I'm gonna turn it on to 330. It has like 4 settings, but I'm going to turn it on to 330. Let's let that heat up. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my napkin. Good morning, Wendy. I am doing a little different version of a lollipop. Lollipops are actually one of my favorite things to make for my trees. I just made this one with yarn, but I wanted to have 2 different types of lollipop. You guys have seen me make lollipops lots and lots of times. You've seen me decoupage lots and lots of times. I'm going to mesh those together. I've been inspired by Christy Martin with Molly Fox Designs. Personally Yours by Wendy. So this is dry. All I've used, hi Stacy. All I've used is Elmer's clear glue. We're going to place my napkin on my surface. I'm going to take my little iron and all I'm going to do is gently iron. So no wrinkles, no mess. Let's see, we're missing this little bit right here. You do want to be careful. You don't want to stay in one spot too long because you will burn your styrofoam. And I have done that before. Okay, is this the styrofoam? Okay, so now I'm just gonna take my nail file. It's an emery board that I got as a promotion when I was a dance studio owner. I grabbed a bunch at their booth, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my nail file and I'm just gonna go around my edge. You could cut this, no problem. And it just comes right off. Facebook is acting crazy. I can't see comments here. I can see comments down here. You got booted out. Hi, Amy. Thank you, Anne. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Marianne. Okay, so taking my nail file, going all the way around. And it just comes right off. Like I said, you could cut this, but I just wanted to show you a little bit different of a way. Okay, so that is off. Now we're gonna take another part of our napkin and we're gonna do our backside, and you're gonna see the difference. Good morning, Shannon. You're gonna see the difference of the napkin on top of a foam sheet. Now, Christy had such a good idea to make, put your napkins on just a foam sheet all by itself, and how you can cut them out and make like patches out of them. Definitely gonna be doing that in some of my designs for sure. So honestly, there's not a huge difference in using the styrofoam. And then this method, look, I have like 0 wrinkles. No wrinkles at all. My hands aren't wet. I don't have to use any kind of a anything to smooth it out. Again, I'm gonna take my nail file. So it's not, like Wendy says, it's not, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. This is just the way that I like to decoupage if I'm doing it on a flat surface that I can use my iron. Like I said, I could just cut this, and why I'm not just cutting it, I have no idea. Good morning, Cece. Yeah, that would be much quicker. Just cut it, Ginge. Oh, now I know why that did that. I still have a layer. I thought I got my top. So when you are decoupaging with napkins, your napkins are usually like 3 ply, I think. I might still have another ply there. And you notice it a lot when you're doing this technique. Yeah. Because your, when you iron it to this, that bottom layer is gonna stick. but because it's not wet, it doesn't soak through. So if this were wet and I were to use, accidentally not pull that last ply off, that glue would still seep through. But because my glue is dry, all I'm doing is I'm heat activating that glue again. Yeah, let's get, I have tape. Where's my tape? So that should have been the first tip I had, was always, always, always make sure that you just have one layer. And honestly, I thought that I did. Because these layers do not want to come apart. Oh well, no worries. Well, I'm going to make the rest later. So we'll just, whoop. Okay. So we've got both sides. I'm going to go back over this with clear glue anyway. My version of Mod Podge. So let's do our side. Normally, I would cut this out with my my rotary tool. Is this long enough? Is this long enough? That one's not long enough. Okay. Is this one long enough? Nope. Need a long stretch. Okay, like I said, normally I would cut this out in a 1-inch strip before I ever even start, but because I didn't pre-cut this, we're just gonna take a strip of my glitter foam sheet, and that's what's gonna go around the edge. Hi, Tina. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all, I am not seeing comments. I know, Christy. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, Susan. I'm seeing, there are many, many ways to decoupage. You are right. Facebook is acting crazy. I am so sorry, guys. Hold on one second. Yeah, so if I miss anything, I will go back. Like I said, I like to, let me start cutting this. I prefer to cut this in a strip. But Ginge did not get that cut. I'm making a huge 4th of July garland, and so that is taking up my entire table over there. I know, and isn't it, oh no, don't give up. For that, what I do, Tanya, is I make a template. And so I will trace my cone, make a template, and then put the template on my glitter foam sheet. Okay, let's cut this off. Good morning, Faye. I know, Christy, holy moly. So I love how this community inspires each other. And how we can all learn and grow and do our own version. Okay, so here we go. I am not happy with this top, that is for sure. Because somehow my layer, so let's take, so my sealer, again, is 3 parts clear gel Elmer's glue and 1 part water. So I'm going to go ahead and seal this. Normally I wouldn't until after I got off the live, but because my napkin didn't get that ply off, it is wanting to lift. So this is just gonna attach it back down again. Decoupage is so forgiving. I've decoupaged on furniture. I am about to decoupage on a denim jacket. And we will see. If you seal things really well, you should be good. Now I have a countertop here in my house that I decoupaged. I took brown paper bags, I tore them in pieces, I crumpled them all up and made them like weathered looking. Sorry guys, I am not seeing comments. Let's see. Yeah, Tanya, sorry about that. Thank you, Christy. Hey, Priscilla. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Sue. I know, these are so fun. Yeah, so these napkins came from Home Goods. That's my little, now, this is a lesson. This lollipop's gonna go in the back of the tree because she's a little special. This is the importance of making sure, and I had no idea, but checking and double checking that you have all of the plies off and you're only dealing with the top layer. So the most important, good morning, Jolene. How are you, my love? I just use faucet water. And actually I keep a bottle of water out here in my craft room. So if I get thirsty, I can drink it, but I can also use it to make my glue mixture. Now I was sealing red, and so all that red glitter has gone to the bottom, but I just use regular. So let's dry this really quick. So the most important thing with using napkins in decoupage, first and foremost, that you are only dealing with the thin top layer of your napkin. This one fooled me, and I've actually got a second layer. And because of the technique that we're using, it's wanting to lift a little bit. My other one must have gotten, because the back, so this is on just plain styrofoam. And honestly, I don't notice a huge difference. This top layer, I have one of my foam sheets with the napkin on top. And honestly, I'm not seeing like a huge difference. I might have just saved, well, you can see the little bit of the bumpy with the styrofoam. So this does give you a nice, if my napkin wouldn't have a, betrayed me. Okay, I will seal the back as well, but for, hi Shannon. I know, Susan, my house is, hey Shelby. Let me make sure I'm getting everybody. It's telling me lots of people are watching. Hi Julie and Sam, but my comments are acting a fool. My husband walked in the other day when I had done the whole house Patriotic. He was gone. And he's like, this might be my favorite. I mean, like, the colors, I know some people don't like those Patriotic colors. You know who I'm talking about. Looking at you. One of the most patriotic people I know doesn't like patriotic colors. But yeah, I do love this whole red, white, and blue. So now we're going to make a sprinkle mix for around my edge, because now you've got definitely that raw edge. Plus, I mean, this is, you know, not acceptable. Not enough on it. So I did get these little stars. I got them in bulk, but I think you can probably get them at Hobby Lobby. I have blue stars and I have red stars. They're small. And we're gonna make, thank you Priscilla. Were these brand new? Nope, they're not. We're gonna make a little mix. So I'm just gonna take some scoops of blue stars. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Vicky. Whoops. I just put equal parts. Do I dare? I'm gonna knock something over. And then to give it some contrast, since I didn't have any white or silver stars. Good morning, Jeannie. I'm gonna take these wonderful faux snow balls that we get from Dollar Tree. They are a little bit of a pain in the patootie. Hello, Stephanie. But they're gonna bring some white into this. They are going to get everywhere. I'm going to put one little extra scoop of the white for good measure. Hello, Mary Ann. Okay, let's. Get as many in there as possible. It's going to be a mess. Now you can make your mix with anything. I mean, I like to use, just for budget sake, okay, maybe I have too much. Let's put a little bit more red and blue in there. I got a little bit too much white. Okay. Much better. Oh my goodness. I just picked up a tray that I thought was empty. Nope. It had glitter in it. That's all right. Okay, now what I am going to do, this is going to have to dry a tiny bit. If not, my sprinkles are going to stick to my glue. So normally, if I would have had just one ply, there would be no wrinkles on this. Now, you can go back, and I might do this later. You could add rhinestones to these little blueberries. Hey, hey again, Shannon. Good morning, Jocelyn. How are you? So all I'm going to do is take my hot glue, and we are going to run it. Where's the bottom? I like to start at my seam. Not that it matters. I'm going to do a generous bead of hot glue. So it's going to finish off where the pieces meet. And all I'm going to do, and then I usually will just pat down to make sure that all my stuff is sticking. Because normally I would have waited to seal this or put it out in the sun for a little bit, but because I'm live, and there is the edge. We're going to go all the way around. Again, generous supply of hot glue. You want to hold on all of those fantastic stars. I take my fingers, pat it down. You thought you sent it. Oh. Yeah, that has happened to me, Shelby, many times. Plus, the comments are literally, hi, Julie. Thank you, Jocelyn. Hi, Vicky. Facebook today is, again, acting crazy. Now you can go back and embellish. I know Christy has been, she uses watercolors. Now this, I don't really have anything to color in because it's just like a solid, but I really want to try Christy's technique of watercoloring in. I somehow missed the memo about the gel pens. Christy, what do you do with the gel pens? Because I know that Jane Ann ran out and bought some. But do you just use the gel pins on top? And I also need to get some of, there's a, I'm not even sure what it's called. And I have a picture of it. I'm going to go get it. Like a 3D kind of a clear thing that Christy outlines with. That I think Carly used it as well. And I want to go get some of that. Yes. Priscilla, isn't it terrible? And I'm not seeing comments. I can see when people pop in, I see like maybe one in every. So the gel pens, you use gel pens and watercolors. And that's also why it is so important to put your decoupage, whatever you're decoupaging, on a solid white background. Because you really do need that contrast because the tissue paper is so thin. Now, I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. I haven't gone down the rabbit hole yet, but I believe Wendy has taken us down another rabbit hole of printing images on, maybe it's, Wendy, are you printing on tissue paper? I know that Jane Ann does the same thing. She makes copies of her napkins. Jane Ann is another like wonderful decoupager. She's a napkin enthusiast. And so I need to watch Wendy's tutorial on printing images. Tissue and napkins. I was always so worried that that would like jam up my printer. But I know you've done tutorials. I need to go watch them. Because then the sky's the limit. And the one thing about, you know, napkins is that when you buy them in like a pack of 40. So, I mean, we really don't need 40 napkins. In fact, I might suggest those of us go, and I know there's some napkin exchanges going around. I already have trouble getting all my shipping out and to like ship something else. But what if all of us, so when you go to Disney World, you can, ooh, that is cool, Robin. What if we all brought napkins? When you go to Disney World, you bring trading pins and you can trade. And what if we all brought napkins to Fake Bakers Gone Wild, and on a break, we traded napkins? And you can look and see what your friends had, and you could pick what you wanted. Because part of a napkin exchange, it's like, you're not really sure what you're gonna get. Oh, Priscilla, that's amazing. Now I have done, I mean, I'm talking like 30 years ago, I did rubber stamps. I stamped on tissue paper, cut it out, put it on a candle, and then took a heat tool and kind of melted it into the candle. So it's that same technique of like into that candle. Okay, so here we go. What time is it? Oh, I've got 10 minutes. We've got our napkin decoupaged onto the front on a plain white foam sheet. On the back, it's just ironed onto the styrofoam. On the back, you can see a little bit of the texture of the styrofoam, but it's not terrible. Like if you wanted to skip the foam sheet trick. But putting napkins on just on a plain foam sheet, decoupaging them, and then cutting them out like a patch. Christy, how genius. So genius. Yes, I thought so too, Jolene. Jolene, let's do it together. Yeah, so maybe I should pull out, back when I was scrapbooking, I also use Stampin' Up, and there was something else, Stampin' Up and dots. And I have literally probably 300 rubber stamps. Good morning, Albert. Okay, let's get, I use a very stiff, like barbecue skewer stick. Yeah, do you like that little bit of texture? Yeah, it's not terrible. My other ones will be a little smoother because I'm gonna go back and fix my napkin fiasco. So again, if you're just popping on, hi Jess, 2 things that are most important when you are decoupaging napkins. You wanna make sure that you only have that front, very thin, almost see-through, your front top layer when you're decoupaging. The other trick is that you do it on a white background. Between the bats, wax pens, and naps. I know. Yeah, Shannon, because I was looking at Sam's name. I know, hats, wax, but we're just going to have like a total exchange. We could also do, I have some announcements coming up, hopefully in the next week when I get my everything situated. But I'm also thinking of a white elephant gift exchange where you bring unused, unwanted craft supplies. Okay, so I'm taking my little bit thicker barbecue stick, my skewer. We're gonna pop that through there. I have these, I got these at Hobby Lobby. They are stars and stripes, straws. I know, let's do it. I'm gonna do some, I'll just do 2 stripes and 2 stars. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push my skewer all the way up so that my it doesn't. Good morning, Lambrina. Where did you go? Oh no. So definitely look on watch. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. Wendy's tutorial on printing out images onto paper, tissue paper, rice paper, all different kinds of paper. I know that Jane Ann, she, like if she has a napkin and she loves it, and maybe she only has 1 or 2. Hi, Gladys. She will copy it, make a copy of it. And I'm assuming onto like tissue paper. I am going to put a trim back here, but, or maybe I won't. It's going to sit in my tree and maybe I don't need to. Okay, now I'm going to pop a little bit of hot glue. Y'all, I'm sorry if I'm missing comments or not saying hello. Facebook is acting a fool. And then I kind of twist so that my glue gets all over my straw and on the inside of my wood. And I kind of push. And my straw with that hot glue kind of burns a little bit into my foam sheet and into my styrofoam. And it gives it a nice, really great... it is a napkin, Lambrina. It's a napkin that I got at, I always get At Home and Home Goods mixed up when I say it. Not when I go there, but when I say it. Home Goods. And I bought these last year. Yes. Definitely. And we all know how like thorough Wendy is. Wendy is like, she's like a product tester. Like she's going to try it and try different things. And if it doesn't work, she's going to try. So, you know, if Wendy is working on something that she has had like 1 try, 2 try, like she's going to find, what's that called? Product testing. I don't know. I can't think right now. So here we go. Here is our napkin on a lollipop with our glitter foam sheet on the side. Now we're gonna do just a quick bow. I wanted to do a bunch of streamers, and no, there's a word for it. Not product tester. Like, it's like a science experiment. You know, like you keep trying until you find the best way and the right answer. There's a word for that, and I just can't think of it. Now, this I got from Sam's Club last year. Because this has the light blue on it, I normally like a brighter ribbon in my Patriotic designs. Research and development, yes. But there's a word. I can't think of the word. Okay, so I'm going to do a very easy bow. So this is like, they call it like an awareness bow, because it looks, you know, like the pink bows that we see. You're just going to loop it over. Hypothesis, yeah, but I'll think of the word probably the second I get off. Not trial and error. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to pinch it. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bigger. And then all I'm going to do is just put some pleats in it. Hey, hey, Tina. Hey, Tisha. Now, I might eventually add some streamers to this. So I've taken my pipe cleaner. I'm going to add a dab of hot glue. Hello, Carly. I like to dovetail my ribbons. Hi, Natalie. Okay. I will add a few more things. I'm going to put a rhinestone in the middle, and then I have the rest of this to go ahead and put onto my tree. Oh, well, I hope that helped. She's like a mad scientist in the craft world. Yes, I would agree. Yeah, spoken like a true Canadian, Jocelyn. Change the red to pink. Prototype, yes. Okay. So we are going to head on over. Hey, Jane Ann. Hi, Kim. Okay, so here is our napkin decoupage, a little bit different technique. I will doctor this little guy up. You could use gel pens, you could use watercolors. I saw Christy doing watercolors. I must have missed the gel pen. But I know Jane Ann went out and bought lots of gel pens, so I feel like I need to go out and do the same thing. Hi, Lisa. So I believe that Michelle with Crafty Ma'am is on next. I do have the lineup posted on my page. So I will see you guys later. I'm going to go ahead, finish the 4 of these up. I'm going to finish out my, in fact, I might even napkin the back of this one just so it's finished. So I can finish decorating my little patriotic tree that I have going on here in my craft room. I will see you guys again here at my craft table soon. Have a fantastic day. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye.